Alright all, got something a little bit different today. Well, at least it's different for me. So, if any of you follow me on social media, on TikTok or on Twitter or anything, you'll have seen that I've just got a bit of a parcel that's something a bit different, a bit more huge from what I'm used to, but I thought I'd kind of go through and make a nice little video of it. So anyway, so this package came just the other day. One second, it's a bit heavy and it's a bit cumbersome. Yeah, so I'm trying to fit this on camera as best I can. So I recently bought quite a huge package of different kind of Game Boy models, all spares and repair. All came just the other day, all wrapped in bubble wrap. I've opened the box. I've basically just opened the box just to check that everything's still in there as it should be before I kind of did the video, because I didn't want to open a box and it just be absolutely nothing. So what I thought would be fun is I'm going to name this series just, well, basically make a series of it just called the I don't know, something stupid like the GameBoy Grand Prix. How about that? The GameBoy Grand Prix, even though that's not too good. So yeah, so in this box there's about 25 different Game Boy models. There's some colours, there's some original DMGs, all in different kind of conditions, spares, repairs. So what we're going to go and do is we're going to go through all of them one by one. And I'm going to quickly go into kind of diagnose each one as part of this video. And as part of the, whatever I called it, the Grand Prix or whatever, I'm going to go through one by one in a separate video after this and seeing what needs actually doing to them. Like, so if I'm fixing any of the screens, cleaning any of the buttons, seeing if there's any kind of battery corrosion, that kind of thing. So hopefully it'll be a nice little series. Strap on in, because this is going to be a bit of a long video, I think. Like I say, there's 25 of these to go through. And I'm going to diagnose each one to see if we can get them fixed and working again. So I hope you enjoy. I also apologise a bit up front because this video is going to be a little bit jump cutty just because of the pure vast amount of Game Boys I've got to go through. So apologies for that. Okay, so first to get started, I've got a good amount of batteries here so I can test all the way through, because the original DMG takes 4 and the Game Boy Colors take 2. I've also got a copy of, just randomly picked out with some of the stuff that I've got in stock at the moment, so a copy of Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. Just basically a normal Game Boy original game, just so it'll run on basically anything. So the first one we've got, I'm just going to be picking these out at random. The first one we've got is this. It looks like a DMG, just a standard kind of grey one. Let's kind of see what we've got. Let's chuck that over there because we don't care. So we've got a bit of a dirty DMG. It doesn't look atrocious, actually. It could do with a bit of cleaning, but I mean, even the battery compartment looks pretty clean, which is very, very rare nowadays. You normally find that, I mean, I can guarantee that at least half of these may even have battery corrosion because of how, basically just because of how old the device is. A lot of people who are selling on Game Boys have kind of just left them in the attic or in the cupboards or under beds or whatever, and just left old batteries in, and the older batteries just tend to just leak something chronic. It's obviously missing its screen lens. Let's stick some batteries in it to see if we can get it to power on. Fingers crossed it does, especially for these ones, because the original DMGs had kind of a weird motherboard compared to the easier fix of the later Game Boys. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got a power light. Have we got any sound? Let's have a look. We've got contrast. The screen looks a bit bad, but maybe with the contrast right down. Okay, let's try it with a game in. Let's do what you're absolutely not supposed to do, but everyone does it anyway, which is weirdly named about the channel and the business itself, blown cartridge. Anyway, let's pop that in there. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we're working again. Nice loud noise. Yeah, this is definitely going to need either messing with the screen or a new screen putting in entirely. Oh wait a minute, we've got controls now. Let's go. Billy and Jimmy. Come on, guys. Alright, so punchy punch, deady dead. Select. Start. Select. I'm guessing select won't do anything here. Oh, that was weird. Did that just completely go off for no reason? Was that because I was messing with the batteries, I wonder? What I will probably do with this is I will probably give it, let's give it number 1. Let's give it a new screen lens. A clean, which all of the stuff we do gives as a clean anyway. Number 2, now I just made a quick little change here. I decided to get a version of Pokemon Yellow instead of Double Dragon because rookie year I decided that the first Game Boy game I pulled out to do testing was actually one that I didn't fully was comfortable with knowing what the controls would do or anything, so I've kind of switched over to Pokemon, which is a safe bet for anyone. So number 2 looks like a Game Boy Color, most definitely. I'm not going to say what the actual colour of the shell is for some of these unless I'm pretty much 90% certain. There's a reason for that. I'm slightly colourblind and it's a bit of a trap. But yeah, this looks to be in okay condition. There is some kind of... I don't think it's like there's some hair in there. I hope that's not one of mine. There's some kind of dirt and that in there by the looks, but it doesn't look like there's actually any corrosion. Again, like the rest of these, it'll probably just need a good clean. Screen's got some scratching, it's a bit dirty. Buttons all seem alright if they're a bit filthy. Again, running theme. You probably have found that most of these will not have a battery cover. Let's stick some batteries in and see if it's got any life in it. Blowing the contacts, what you shouldn't do. Blowing the cartridge, what you shouldn't do. Can we play Pokemon Yellow? Whoa, we've got power. We've got sound. This is shaping up really well. I hope all of the other 23 are exactly like this. It's all looking good. A-B working by the looks of it. Pika, yeah. I'm going to get sick of hearing that noise by the end of this. B works. Yes, Pika, Pika, Pika. Right, let's continue. Yeah. Start not working. Everything else looks to be okay. Let's try reading this sign. I shouldn't have ripped this off before writing on it because now it's all awful to write on. Yep, so number 2. So it needs a battery cover. My writing is atrocious, but you know, my day job is I type on a keyboard all day. Don't take the piss. So a battery cover. Obviously needs a clean. Again, I do that for every single device that comes in. But start and select no worky. Cool, so we're doing pretty well so far, so we'll move on to the next one. 3, it's the magic number. Also, that song makes us believe. I don't believe it personally. Number 17 is the magic number. Anyway, so this is, it looks like a DMG. It's got some sellotape on it, I think. Okay, saying that, you don't know what kind of history these Game Boys have. So yeah, so it looks like we've got, again, another filthy DMG. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the battery compartment. It doesn't look like there's any kind of corrosion in there or anything of the sort. I am a bit disturbed by these pieces of tape that maybe were to hold it together at one point. It's obviously very, very grade. It's suffered from the grade depth that these old consoles kind of come from. And again, another thing with the DMGs is the missing the screen lens, just the glue goes, I don't know, crusty over time. But this isn't in an amazing condition, but it definitely looks like it's in a workable condition. This one may just work. Let's see if 3 maybe is the magic number and this one works the same as the others do. Let's have a look. So this is a power hungry sod, so it needs 4 batteries. 4 very, very cheap batteries, might I add. But they do the job. Right, quick blow in there that you shouldn't do. Quick blow in there that you shouldn't do. Can you play me some Pokemon Yellow? Let's have a look. So I did see, I did actually see then that the console did power on because the battery switch was turned on, but hey ho, let's pretend that you definitely didn't see that. Let's turn this on. What have we got? We've got a Nintendo, we've got some lines on the screen. Guys, actually looks pretty decent. Again, it looks like we've got another one that's working out of the 3. Huh, that's pretty cool. Have we got sound? I want sound. We do have sound. Pika Pika. Mother. No, don't finish that line. So yeah, so it looks like we've got some damage to the screen, which again is just something that happens with these old Game Boys. They're just the lines go on it. It's either like the needs a new screen itself, or some of the kind of the fittings get a bit loose. So that's all good. That seems to work pretty well in my opinion. I'm going to presume that the buttons all work. I should have really tested them, but oh well, the video is going to be long enough as it is. So what I'd recommend with this is, let's have a look. So this is number 3. See, I didn't make the mistake as last time. I brought the whole thing over of my pretty coloured post-it notes, even though I can't tell you what the colours are, to write down properly. So 3, so it needs a screen lens. Something like these. These are dead weird. So like from my experience with the original DMGs in the past with making them is obviously you can try and get another DMG to put in a brand new screen, but I dare argue that there's not much point for me unless you want like the authentic kind of thing. I'd much prefer stick a new kind of screen in it. But anyway, so could do with a screen lens. I wouldn't even bother kind of cleaning the outside of this. I'm going to say that this would need a new shell completely. I don't know what kind of theme we'll go for. I'll kind of decide the themes as I do them, to be honest with you, at the time of doing them. It's probably going to need brand new buttons because them ones look a bit scabby. I might see if I can pull them back from the grips of death. But something like this, I mean, if I'm putting a new shell on it and a new colour, it might just get new ones with it anyway. The contrast is all working, the volume's all working. Battery cover, but again, that'll come with a new shell anyway. Now the question is does it go for an IPS? So regardless, it needs a new screen anyway. Again, it might be when I get around to actually doing this, I give it an IPS screen or just a more modern screen at least. You might notice as well, I'm going to say it now, just to make the video quicker, I will be testing every single one of them a bit more deeply off camera. This is just kind of a quick overview. I'll be testing things like the headphone jack and things like that and whatnot, the link cable. But yeah, so number 3 might have been the magic number. Who knows? Who cares? GameBoy number 4. No, 4, which is definitely not the magic number, as also not said in that old song. Anyway, so this looks like it's a DMG. Let's yeet this over Yeetus there. Looks like a dirty little DMG. Oh my god, it's got a back. Wow. I've kind of been foiled by what I said earlier because I was expecting none of these to have backs because they never normally do. But on the front, that is a dirty... Is it just me? I know that these kind of all kind of went this kind of colour with age and because of oxygen and materials and sunlight and a mixture of things. But there's something dead kind of nostalgic by seeing a Game Boy like this, but also a little bit sad. But yeah, so it's nice it's got a battery cover. That actually makes it look so like the battery cover's in actually a really good condition. There is obviously some dirt in there, but like I say, everything goes through cleaning. Buttons feel okay. Let's get some cheap batteries in this big boy. There's 4. Blow. Wow, this one also turns on. And the screen semi-works, and it's got sound. Wow. Oh, I can hear like some whining. That does happen with some of these older Game Boys. Where's the sound gone? I did turn it down, that's your fault, John. Yeah, this one also seems to be working good enough. Yeah. I didn't expect that. The controls seem to be working. Yes. Pika. Yeah. I really need to stop saying that after every single one. How are we looking? Up, down, left, right. Let's try A. Yep, trainer tips, yep. Yes, thank you. Start and select buttons don't look to be working. Which again might just need a bit of cleaning. But yeah, this looks all good to me. So what I'd recommend for this one, which is Game Boy number 4, with my horrendous writing. This obviously, obviously with something like this where it's actually got the battery compartment, I would rather kind of keep the shell authentic. But either way, the shell needs either cleaning / brightening. I'm just going to put bri because I can't be asked to spell brightening on a camera. Or it might just be a case I get a new shell for it, which is looking a bit likely, because that is some really bad. You can see the difference here. It's like night and day, but it has got some bad. The start and select no worky as my writing trails off into like childish hieroglyphics. But yeah, this one seems all good. Number 5 looks to be another DMG. I'm going to try and speed up these videos a bit because I completely didn't anticipate that, you know, the madness of going over 25 Game Boys might make into an incredibly long and boring video. But hey, anyway, so DMG, yeah, all looking a bit sad, but not as sad as number 4. Buttons have some damage to them. Battery compartment looks like it needs a bit of a clean. I wouldn't say it's got massive corrosion, but I can see that there is a little bit of corrosion there. Screen looks okay. It's got some scratches, so it probably need a new lens. Let's stick some batteries in the bugger. Yep, Pokemon Yellow, blowing the top like you shouldn't do. Contact. No, nothing. Is the batteries in properly? Have I done something wrong? I always like to check because sometimes I'm a bit stupid, and that sentence didn't make too much sense. No, I'm not even getting a power light back from this one. Okay, fantastic. Well, it was all going a bit too kind of to plan. But it's pretty good that we've got to the 5th one and it's the first one that's not working. Obviously, like I say, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to diagnose ones that don't work in this video, and kind of breaking them down and open them up and seeing what's wrong with them. I'm going to do it as a video by video thing. But numero 5, Mr. Roboto, is just nice and simple. No power. It would probably also... would you stick a new shell on this? I probably would stick a new shell. Obviously, when I come back to the video to go over number 5 at a later date, I will break down to if it needs any new buttons or if it needs a new screen or anything. But for now, there's not much I can do for that. 5.1. Yeah, so actually when I was off camera just then, I decided to re-put in the batteries just to double check that it wasn't just me being stupid, which it was. The console does actually turn on. It was actually on there, I left it on. That was naughty. Yep, so it does actually turn on. I've kind of put some notes here already. So start and select, again, not working. They'd probably just need a new clean. It needs a bit of a wipe down. I'm getting some of that whirring as well. That's me messing around with the batteries. But what's also going on, weirdly, oh no, it's because I've not got a battery pack on it, a battery cover even. Yep, so the volume just keeps scrolling for eternity, so that's going to need looking at. So obviously I'll go over in a bit more detail this in the singular video, but start and select not working, new shell, volume not working. Number 6, which is doubly as good as the magic number that is number 3, which I said I'll stop doing that joke, but who cares. Anyway, so it looks like another DMG for Yeet for number 6. Looks a bit cleaner, shell's in a bit nicer condition. Again, no battery cover, but the battery contacts and everything all look pretty decent. I swear I'm not just picking DMGs out. I mean, I've got the box down here next to my legs in the realm of you can't see it / nether. And I'm just picking up the first ones that come to it. It just happens to be MG. I promise there are other Game Boys in this box. But yeah, we've got a bit of a scratch lens. It's probably going to need a new one of them. The shell looks semi-okay. Let's stick some batteries in it. See what happens. Do you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to cheekily bring over number 4, and I'm going to place that off camera, and you're not going to know it's there, and you're not going to see any of this. And then what I can do is, instead of being a big clumsy git and keep knocking out the batteries, I can pop them in like that. See, innovation on the fly. Let's see, Pokemon Yellow, no turny on. Nope. Okay, right, let's have a look. They all look like they're in right to me. It looks like for once it's not me being stupid or anything. Nope. See, did it in front of the camera this time to make doubly sure that it wasn't me just being stupid. So, number 6. Number 6. No power. I'll probably give this a new screen lens and that as well, but to be honest with you, for now, till I get to the singular video, I'm just concerned that that's got no power. That was nice and easy, even though it didn't work, but hey ho. Game Boy number 7. So, I deliberately kind of looked in the box a bit cheaply this one to pick up one that wasn't a DMG. Just to promise you that there aren't all DMGs. I know we had one Game Boy Color earlier, but yeah, so here we got another Game Boy Color. Looks like the lime green one. The yellowy lime green one to my eyes. But yeah, so I've had a few of these in the past that I've kind of gone and flipped on. Weirdly enough, that of all the normal colours, the yellowy greeny seems to do the best and brings in the most money. People are quite fond of it. I don't know if it's because, you know, Pokemon Yellow and people like it to semi-match up. Anyway, so yeah, the shell looks okay. The screen, or should I say the lens, is a bit scratched. Battery compartment looks okay, but yeah, again, we're missing a battery compartment. Let's stick some batteries in. Only 2 batteries this time. Yep, they're in. I don't have a cover. Let's see how we go. Please work. We do work. Oh, no power, no sound even. Come on, give me sound. It was turned down actually, so let's see. Oh. No sound. But all the buttons work, so that's pretty decent. Yeah. Option. Just for something different rather than going to the main game. B works. Oh, I'm going to have to go into the main game anyway, aren't I, to test, select and start. There we go, finally. It was making me a bit paranoid that I was pressing start and select on the DMGs and they were always not working, and I was like, no, I'm pretty sure you can press start and select on a Game Boy Select for registered item and start for thing. Did I just hear then that audio came through? I swear I just heard a little blip. No? Am I just going a little... What? I could have sworn I heard like... No? Okay. Anyway... Phantom Game Boys. Yeah, so number 7. So number 7 thankfully turns on. No sound. Needs a new lens in my opinion. I mean, I could just get a battery cover for that. I mean, the shell itself, I really like the lime green. The yellowy lime green, like what most people do. So I might just get a new lens for it and kind of scrub it up. It does need new battery cover. Yep, that's definitely a C. Yeah, that one's actually not too bad. It's nice to have a different from the DMG. Number 8. Thank you if you're still watching. I really appreciate that you have to have a really niche interest in these kind of things. But yeah, number 8. So it looks like another Game Boy Color. It looks like one of the nice see-through ones. I've always liked from back in the day. Always makes me feel dead retro. Ooh. Not nice. That's going to need fixing. Yep, so I don't even know if that... I mean, I might just try it with some batteries in, but it doesn't look too safe. But hell, you know... You'll never know if I get hurt from it anyway, because the screen will be over if I do get hurt. Yeah, I mean, it feels alright. It's nice that it's quite clean. I might give it a scrub down. The thing is getting the battery covers for some of these see-through shells when you could just buy the see-through shells online, a complete new shell. I sound really biased about like cleaning up the original shells and having it as authentic as possible, which I'm really not. I prefer to have them authentic, but... sometimes it's just easier to get the new shells, and sometimes they're such nice quality. I wonder if that's even going to fit, because that's the spring. No. I wonder if I can cheat it. Really dangerous by holding a battery together. No, that was stupid. I obviously don't know how batteries work. That obviously doesn't power on. The reason it doesn't power on is because the battery connectors need fixing. So, number 8. Battery no power. Yeah, so hopefully that one will be a nice little fix. It'll literally just be changing the battery connector in there to give it one with an actual spring. I'll probably just replace the entire thing, and then we'll go from there. Number 9. Now, sorry I did a desperate voice for that. It's getting a bit boring for me doing the same voice for the intros for the numbers, but there we go. So yeah, so this one looks interesting. So this is one you definitely don't come across a lot very often. I mean, I actually have, weird enough, got one of these in stock at the moment, boxed and everything with manual, which is in superb condition. I've spoke about well, not this particular exact one, but the model and everything. So this is back from the early 2000s when like Gen 2 Pokemon was coming out. You can see Pichu there. This is like, Anyway, this is one that is quite dear to kind of my heart, as you might have seen in my past video where I'll go into the story then. Watch that past video, it's really good. But yes, these is definitely one of the rare ones. This is like what's known as the special Pokemon Edition Game Boy Color. It's had a bit of beating, but not too much. I mean, obviously, I've spoke about replacing the shells all the time on ones like this, but ones like this you really want to look after. I'm pretty sure as well this screen will need a new lens put in, but I'm pretty sure from what I remember the lenses are actually attached, so I'd have to get an aftermarket one to kind of make it look better, but that's not an issue. It's actually a real one as well, so you have to be really careful online. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the other video, but you can get fake ones that look exactly like it, and everyone's like, oh, this is a special edition Pokemon Game Boy, and they have a weird voice and you tell them to shut up. But you'll find that the ones that are fake tend to have a bluer B button. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's because of the cost of the colour into it or just to distinguish it so they don't get sued. Anyway, let's see if she turns on. I'm going to have fun with these battery clips. I'm going to have to see if I can bend them back into place myself when I try and fix it. Either that or I'll just replace them entirely. But does you turn on? You do. Interesting. Oh, and we've got sound. Very interesting. Right, come on. Oh, you can hardly see the screen on these things. God knows how when we were like, I don't know, really young, really young back in the day when these first came out. How we used to see these. This is why I used to play the game in the back of the car under the lamppost. Yes, Pika Pika. Yes, I haven't heard that in a while because all the others have been not turning on. Up, down. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's continue. Yeah, A, B seem to work. Start is working, but it's not working very well. That's probably going to need a clean. Let's turn this down. As much as we like the noise of, I really think it's Viridian Forest, isn't it? Yep, so what was this? This is number 9. I'm starting to lose track because of how many Game Boys there are here. I'm not used to this amount of Game Boys. Yeah, so number 9. So I don't like giving ones like this new shells, right? But it definitely needs a battery cover, one that hopefully would match, and start select. I'm going to say they don't work just for future me to then know that they need like at least a cleaning or a bit of a debugging. No worky. But that's pretty much it. That would be quite a decent. I mean, I'm going to need to, yeah, it's going to need to go out to someone properly, unless anyone wants an authentic one. To make it playable, it's going to need a new lens. Number 10. Yep, using a different voice again now because it's starting to remind me like one of them videos from the, I don't know, was it the early 90s on YouTube that used to be like top 10 best pirate video games? Anyway, stuff like that. Yep, so this is number 10. I'm literally running out of, well, figuratively, literally running out of digits, but not numbers, digits, but fingers. Yeah, so number 10 is, I'm going to have to, do you know what, I don't know why I keep leaving them in the bubble wrap as I pick them up. I mean, I suppose I'm doing it for you awesome ASMR fans. Keep on asthmaing or whatever it is you do. Yeah, so this is a new one for kind of the video. So this is a teeny tiny Game Boy Pocket. I've only held one of these. First one I ever held was like a year ago, and they're so diddy. The form factor is so cool on them. But yeah, so this one's missing a screen lens. It's quite nice in this color. Looks like it's got some damage to the screen, where it's just like permanent damage. Luckily, Game Boy Pockets are a lot easier to change the screen on rather than having a whole separate board that the screen sits on like the original DMG. Buttons feel okay. Battery looks to have some corrosion or rust in there from what I can see, so I'll need a bit of a clean, but the springs look okay, unlike the last one. Power switch seems okay. Ooh, that was a bit stiff, the volume control, but it seems to be moving now. Some of these, I don't actually know how long it's been. Whoa, you silly person, you need triple A's. Back in a sec. Guess who didn't anticipate needing triple A's? This guy. Yeah, because obviously it's got a smaller form factor, so it doesn't fit the big beastie double A's. But just shut up about it, Dave. I've got some triple A's here. So let's see if she works. Hopefully these batteries still have charge, because it's not very often I use these nowadays. And that's not working. Huh. I'm going to have to go see if these batteries actually have charge, which I should have done before this video. It turns out if 3 is the magic number, then 10 is definitely the unlucky number. So I've got these rechargeable AAAs here that I know definitely have power. I've just tested it in this mod that I made not too long ago. So let's try this third time. Lucky, get in there. Get in there. Now, Dave, you can shut up. So this looks like it gets no, after all that, it gets no power anyway. So this looks like it doesn't get any power. Obviously, like I said, it's missing a screen lens, and I can't test it any further. Okay, so number 10. Number 10, which is an arse. No power. Number 11, which as far as I'm aware is a number in bingo that's got something to do with legs. Anyway, so DMG, I'm pretty sure this is battery cover. Oh. Anyway, yeah, so this looks like original DMG. I'm going to presume this is one of the, is it the yellow ones, rather than it just being stained from light and oxygen and all that lovely things. Honestly, looking at this, and I'll try and give you a good look if the camera will focus. I'm not even going to turn this one on, I'm afraid, in case my hands blow off. So nice and easy. Number 11. Have you noticed that these are gradually getting worse? We started out really strong. Really strong with everything working. I felt really hopeful. I'm going to put core for corrosion. Yeah, it started off really hopeful, everything working. And this even had a battery cover. I had high hopes. Number 12. And it looks like we're back onto the DMGs. Hopefully this one will be a bit better than the last one. Bubble wrap go over there. Oh, so this looks exactly the same type as the last one, except oh wow, this one's got a battery cover as well, and it's I mean, it's not as much depths of the abyss as the last one, but there is some corrosion in there that I might yeah, bugger it, I'm gonna try it. Yeah, this looks all right. It's a bit minging, could do with a clean up, but that's okay. All of these do. Now let's hope when I turn this on, A, that it turns on, and B, that it doesn't decide to, I don't know, combust, explode, nuclear thermal reaction. Don't lie to us, Nintendo. I've seen them shots where that Game Boy survived a missile or bullets, whatever it was. Right, let's see. I left the game by accident in the last Game Boy. It's over here somewhere. It's not that one. It's not that one. Yep, see, there we go. It's in number 9. That's how long it's been since we've had a Game Boy that I've been comfortable with testing. Yeah, so here we go. So let's stick yellow in. Do we have power? Oh, no, we don't. And that power button's very... no, okay. Okay, fine. So, okay. Okay, so what number was this again? I've completely gone mad. There's Game Boys everywhere all over my desk. Number 12. Number 12. There we go. Number 12. No power. Fantastic. Well, hopefully we can get this one working again. Number 13. Now, like I said, I'm looking for some. Hopefully we'll have a bit more luck with this. So I can already see that it's a Game Boy Color. Let's have a look at it. Some marks to the screen. Shells in relatively nice condition. It's got a battery cover, and it's clean. Like, there's no corrosion whatsoever. That's wow. That's actually, it looks relatively good and new. Wow. Yeah, the shell looks alright as well. There's no kind of bruising? Can a console bruise? I suppose it can. There's no kind of scraping or knocks on it. Like I said, there is some scratches in the lens, but even some of them might come out with a bit of... Oh, okay, this one might just be a simple clean and go. You watch, I'll jinx it now because it won't turn on. Bet you. Guaranteed you it won't turn on now that I said all this. Let's pop you in there. Let's pop you in there. Let's make sure you guys are in. I went to the top to turn it on because I've got DMG syndrome. I hope that's not a real thing. I apologise if you're currently suffering from DMG syndrome. Whoop. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Unlucky for some. Okay, number 13. Wow, I swear I've not done this on purpose or anything. I've not checked any of these before this video. No power. But it does have a battery cover. And it is in nice condition. So if we can get it working, I don't even know if I'd bother sticking a new lens or a new screen in it. Because again, people go mad for the lime green Game Boy. Anyway, we're past halfway now. We're back on the DMGs again. Yep, let's hope we have a bit more luck with this. It hasn't got a battery cover. It looks a bit like someone's played a bit too much with it. Why is it so shiny? No, I don't like that. Yep, let's see what else. It all looks good, all looks fine. Batteries, I've got some corrosion that you can see in there. Not a lot though, so she might work. I don't want to touch the buttons. I didn't want to touch the buttons. Why didn't I bring up any cleaning wipes with me? Yep, for batteries, Pokemon Yellow is go. No power. Ooh, wait, let's try the trick of sticking that in. Nope, no power. Fantastic. Okay, so what was this one? This one we had unlucky last time, and it's unlucky this time, so it's number 14 that has no power. Wow, I'm starting to feel really gypped here. I mean, obviously I knew there were spares and repairs, that's not what I'm getting at. But I started the video, and I think the first 3 or 4 worked. It looks like a Game Boy Color. It looks like one of the really nice... Wow, it is in good condition as well. It looks like a lime green one. I'm making it sound like I don't know what I buy. I obviously know what I bought, but it makes it come across as if I bought some kind of Game Boy blind bag thing. And also, just for proof, I'm not just kind of sending you over the same... going through the same Game Boys every single time I do. You know, this is the number 13 that had no power. I'm not just kind of recycling through the Game Boys all the same time. Oh god, that would have been a good idea. Why didn't I just buy like 3 Game Boys and just maybe knock them up a little bit? Anyway, yep, so it's missing a battery cover. Again, I don't know what people were like with these lime green Game Boys, but people love them, and this one's in really good condition. Battery compartment looks in really good condition and everything as well. No knocks, no scruffs. Screen in a really good condition again. It might be just one of these that I don't even bother sticking an IPS in or getting it. I mean, obviously it'll need a battery cover, but it's quite good as it is. It's just perfect how it is. Or it will be perfect if it works. Oh, actually, take that back. I didn't look very well. There is corrosion in there, so that will need cleaning. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop. How? Oh, no, power switch is on this side now. It's working. You can see it working. Look at it in all its beauty. All its beauty. Yep, so have we got sound? We've got sound. We've got one that's fully working, guys. So that's something. And I'm not just like photoshopping this in either to make the video a bit more lively. Let's try controls. So it says Pika. Continue, please. Let's see. Okay. Up, down, left, right. A. A works fine. Start. B doesn't work. but that's okay. Again, a lot of these with the buttons is they probably just need a good clean, or they might need the pads replacing sometimes, but I've got tons of them that I can replace them with. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. So that one was number, I've lost track of the numbers again. I think this is number 15. It's been that long since I've had a working Game Boy. Number 15, yeah, cool. So it needs a bat cover and B no worky, which sounds like some kind of early 2000s rapper name. Game Boy number 16 now, as you may tell from the fact that I'm having to start to write down the numbers on my little pads so my old brain can keep up with things. But this looks like something really interesting, so get rid of this. This looks like a silver Game Boy Pocket, silver being my favourite colour as a kid because of Pokemon Silver, really. And it's one of the rarer colours, at least I see, for a for a Game Boy to be in the silver. And it's got a battery pack, battery cover. I've made that mistake so many times this video. It's got a battery cover. It's there. It's a bit scruffed up there, which is a pity. The label's started to go a bit foisty and a bit goodbye world. It looks in okay nick. I'd probably give this a new shell anyway, but first let's see if she turns on. Get in there. Cover. Pokemon Yellow. I choose you. Let's see. Let's on. Ooh. Yeah, actually now I look. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was a damaged screen. I mean, it definitely is a damaged screen. I can't see anything good enough. When you adjust the contrast, it takes you to the void. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. When you look into the void it looketh back. Yeah, so this is definitely a damaged screen. I can't hear. So there's audio there, but if I slightly mess with the volume rocker, it goes a bit. Oh, the controls work. Well, at least A works. That was weird. The volume control is probably really dirty or really picky or something, or it might need just resoldering or something like that. Either way, this is going to need... God, that's freaky, man. That's going to need a new screen. Let's see, what have we got here? So, screen... no worky. Sound... half worky. Getting into the technical terms now, getting out the big guns for these Game Boys. I would suggest probably sticking an IPS on these things, and a new shell, possibly. I know it's got the back plate and that, but the label started going, and it does have scratchy. Personally, I like to sell them in best condition possible. I mean, there's no reason I can't sell on the shell for somebody who really wants a silver Game Boy Pocket. Numero 17. Yep, so it looks like a bog standard grade DMG. Yeet. Looks to be in okay condition to the shell. I mean, I'm saying that in the loosest sense. It is obviously missing its screen lens, and you don't know what damage that's done to the screen. No battery compartment, but our battery contacts and all in there look quite clean. So let's skip to straight powering it on. First, you need some batteries in. I wasn't trying to turn it on there expecting it to work. I swear, I was just testing that the battery switch was gonna flow like water. Yep, let's try that. Let's stick it on. We've got power. We've got a really messed up screen. Come on, let's contrast. Don't fail me now. Contrast does nothing. Oh, sorry, that's volume. Ugh, why did they switch it round on the Game Boys? Oh, hello. Hello. Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay, so the screen's a bit frisky. Hello, Nintendo. You're going to need a new screen, aren't you, Game Boy? Oh, we've got sound. That's good. Oh, good. You're definitely going to need a new screen. Oh, God. Right, volume. Yep, you can stop voluming now. Let's see. Buttons all seem to work, but the screen is just not even... Yeah, there's no point going any further with that. It needs a new screen, guys. Right, okay, cool. So, sound all works. The buttons work relatively. I didn't test them all. But new screen is needed for this one. Number 18, and I'm pretty sure it's the last grey DMG. By the looks of it anyway. I've decided to have a look through what I've got left to make sure I'm not doing the same ones all the time. Yeah, so this looks a little bad. Looks like someone's been drawing on it. No battery cover. Tiny bit of corrosion on them. Their contacts. Let's see if you work. Looks like this is probably going to have to be a reshell. They're in there firmly. Let's pop you in. Do we have power? We have power. Oh, we have another really broken screen. Oh. Oh. We have power and we have sound. Oh. It's kind of as good as I can get it. Let's turn you down. Turn you down, I said. There we go. Looks like the controls all work. Screen is a bit... I mean, when you have it like that, the screen actually looks okay, but I can't... Oh wait, that line's just gone. The screen's a bit iffy. I mean, it might be the case of if I open it up, it just needs a bit of a clean-up maybe, because that actually looks okay. Huh. Well, that went weird. Yeah, so, okay, number 18. We're getting better, guys. We're getting better. We've not just got hordes of ones that don't work. Which I've got no problem with trying to fix ones that don't work, but it's always a nice sign. 18, yep, so this will definitely need a reshell and a new lens. Needs new shell, man. And obviously with a new shell, I'd get a lens for it as well. Number 19, looks like another lime green Game Boy Color to my eyes, I believe. I don't know my eyes colours. That looks a little different. Maybe it is a different colour. Maybe it's stained. Who knows? Like I said, I'm colourblind. Yeah, so... Ooh, it's got a battery pack compartment. I've said that like 3 or 4 times now. Yeah, so the springs in there will be workable, but will need either replacing or just kind of bending back into shape. That feels all good. It's a Game Boy Color. That is nice. Don't put the battery pack on. Oh, I've just made that mistake again. Life. Anyway, let's stick these in. Let's pop this on. Let's stick Pikachu in and hear him go, Pika. Or not. Oh, God. I can't move that volume control. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, that's not nice. It feels sticky on its innards, which, you know, we all are, but a Game Boy shouldn't be sticky on his innards. Okay, fine. So that one is nil power. That was a really bad, really supposed French accent. We've made it to the 20s, or at least I have. You guys have just been sat there, hopefully, watching this video. Yep, so this is what I believe, from looking at what we've got left, because there's only... Obviously, there's 5 left after this one now. This is the last DMG, and it's mucky, but the insides don't look too bad. I mean, obviously, there's some dirt around the D-pad. This is what your Game Boy looks like undressed for most people, if you've not cleaned it before. It's nice to see the kind of see-through coming back, that old retro style. It's not got its battery cover, which is unfortunate. Only a tiny bit of corrosion on that. That might actually be okay. That's more than serviceable. I'll take a look for you there. There you go. Pop these batteries in. See if we have any power. Do we has power? We do not has power. Okay. One last try. Blowing it for luck. I don't know why, because that definitely won't work. Nope. Okay, cool. Another one that we can't test fully because no power. Number 21. Okay, so this to me looks like another another lime green Game Boy Color. I wonder where did this person get all these lime green Game Boy Colors for? Was it the most bought or something? That's the only thing I can think of. Anyway, quite a nice lime green as well. No major scuffs. There's a little one there. No battery cover, but the battery... I said battery cover instead of battery pack. No bad corrosion. The label's actually in a nice condition as well. Let's stick some batteries in and not drop them. And stick Pokemon in. And let's hear that Pika. Power. Ooh, that was weird noise. It just kind of went at me. And I'm not too keen when Game Boys go. Okay, that noise is weird. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. That's a bit cursed. Sorry, I was holding the Game Boy close to the speaker then. Whoa, yeah, I'm gonna do it again once. This is like cursed edition. But all the controls seem to work. Wow, Viridian Forest in like cursed is just ultra cursed. Yeah, anyway, so the problem with this one is, I mean, the power worked fine. The buttons, the small bit of buttons I tested were fine. Silly power. Number 22, which is another number in bingo that's got nothing to do with legs. Anyway, this looks like your bog standard Game Boy Color. Not an atrocious edition, but that does have some deep scratches, so at least need a lens. Battery compartment looks relatively in good condition. Let's see if she'll turn on. And contact. Oh, there we go. It's a nice sounding, better sounding Game Boy. We can turn it down. There's the doo-doo-doo. It's not cursed this time. Wow, this one all checks out so far. I wonder if we can get kind of like a home run with it. Let's continue. I would like to point out at this time that my name isn't Chloe. It's just a save that was left over on the game itself. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Huh. Pidgey. Yep, that one all seems to work fine. So, what would I do with this one? So, the shell isn't too bad. It isn't bad at all. In fact, okay, so what I'd suggest for this one is just a new lens, and it needs a bat cover. Like I say, I only kind of mess with them if I need to mess with them. Something like this. Some people still like to prefer them or to collect them. Sometimes it is hard to find the right battery cover, but no, that was quite a decent one. That on to the next one. Number 23 to me looks to be another Pokemon Special Edition Game Boy Color. So ooh, that's not what you want to see, but it's something that should be easy enough to fix. It's missing the label as well, and it's got some initials carved into it by some, I don't know, children that thought that was cool and hip back in the day. I mean, this shell's a bit scratched up. I don't know if this is going to be mightily recoverable or worth it. Like I said, the special editions you kind of want to have in a really good condition, or people just aren't really bothered. Why would you pay the price for a scuffed up one of these that's marked up as opposed to a standard Game Boy Color, really? I can't really test this, obviously, because the contacts are all dirty and missing springs and will need fixing. That's going to be a really fun one to actually fix up. So let's have a think here. So new battery connect I'm just going to put that so I know what it means. But unfortunately, I won't be able to test this one. So let's move on to the next one. Not many more now. You've suffered enough. Yep, so let's have a look at this second to last one. This looks like a Game Boy Color. This one is a Game Boy Color. Buttons feel okay. A little bit of dirt and grime in the battery compartment, but actually doesn't look too bad. Looks relatively clean. Shell looks okay enough anyway. Obviously it's missing a battery cover. Let's see if she works. Ugh. And it does. Okay, we've got volume. Let's see what controls are like. Looks like the screen might have been knocked down a bit. It's hard to kind of show on camera, but the screen looks okay in itself. Pika. Continue. Let's just check out a few little bits of the controls. Yeah. B also works. Cool. Start doesn't. Which again is just, it might be dirty contacts, who knows. But yeah, so what was this? This was number 24, and I didn't write it down beforehand, but I remembered. Have you seen how good I am? I've learned it. Yeah, so 24. So start plus say no work E. And what would it take? So it needs a new back cover. So what is the last one we've got here? I can't believe it. It's a grey DMG. No, it's not. It's actually a black Game Boy Pocket in relatively nice condition again. Obviously, it's missing the screen lens, which, like I said, the glue goes all weird. Let's stick some batteries in, see if she works. Buttons feel okay. Power feels all right. Volume, yeah, okay. There's a little bit of corrosion again. Sounds like a broken record again, but yeah, there's some corrosion in there. Like I said, I did buy all these as spares as repairs and like wanted to go into the fun of fixing them. Come on. Nope. Nothing. What if I push you in a little further? Nope. Okay, fantastic. So, number 25, which is our last one, just has no power, and it will probably need a reshell, but I'll get back to that when I come to do that video. And rest. So there we go. That's all 25 of the Game Boys I got on this kind of order that I found. So yeah, so the plan is from here. I'm going to go through each of them in order, not in this video, as part of the series, starting with the first ever one I labelled as 1. And I'm going to do a video for each one, kind of showing what I've done to it, how I fixed it, how you can fix something like it yourselves, that kind of thing. And I want to be quite opaque with you guys here and kind of tell you what's going on. So basically for people's interest and to kind of, if they wanted to get into repairing things, I like to be quite open with money. So I paid 500 quid for this lot here, which even though my maths is awful, I'm pretty sure that's about... is it about £20 British pounds, 20 British pounds a Game Boy. So that's kind of like the margin I've got on them there, and obviously that sounds really cheap, but when you work into it, that some Game Boys need a brand new lens, some need a whole reshell because they're absolutely disgusting, like this one here. The fact that some of them don't work, some of them have completely busted battery things, but I'm actually quite happy with this. So like we've come across quite a few issues, even though it might seem that I've been a bit repetitive. I can imagine once we start to open them up, we'll get different issues. Like I knew there was some sticky buttons, there might be something wrong with the internals, some corrosion, some that actually just where the battery compartments were completely gone. So yeah, thank you for sticking around with this video. And I appreciate it if you've lasted this long, because it's been a slog for me, so it must have hell of been a slog for you guys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of doing the series, getting stuck in, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it too and learn a little bit about it on the way. So thank you very much, guys.